It's Saturday Night Live. Yeah. I was sitting around playing, but I'm like, he doesn't, I don't know. Why is just doing the blue to the eye? What is that? I'm telling you, I am having so much fun learning how to use this thing. But I had to come and do these because this is what I do. Okay, so let me cut the music down. But I want to tell you, I am not prepared for anything. You have to understand this before I even get started. Okay, it's been that kind of week. I want you to understand. All right, just a warning. This is what's happening in my life. All right. Okay, you guys, look, I unceremoniously did it again. I feel so bad. Okay, so there's several things I got to do. I did see there was a request from a newbie this week, but I did get an email. I got an email from Katrina D. Owen, and she found her actual birth time. So I can actually update her birth time, and I'm really excited about doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and open up that now so I can get her her adjusted chart, and then we'll see what the difference is for her, because I have a feeling it might be really different. Well, I was close. I said 5 o'clock in the morning. For some reason, I just had a feeling we were dealing with a morning baby, and we were dealing with a morning baby. So let's see if I can pull up her chart. I was really close. I think I had her at 6 a.m. and she's born at 5:06 a.m. And I have a feeling that this chart is going to be very, very, very closely aligned with what I originally came up with. I'm really proud when I can do that, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Now, here's what I want to do, because you know I like to do that, which is to keep you guys all abreast of where the planets are right now in the night sky, because that's what I do. So the sun, the sun is at 24 degrees of Leo, and 24 degrees of Leo is exactly on my Mars right this very, very moment, which is why I'm in your face right now, and with my black raven hair and whatever's going on with the blue in the eye thing and this thing, I don't know. Anyway, the moon is at 23 degrees of Pisces. That's very creative. So anyone who has planets in Pisces, that's a very good thing. I actually like the fact that the moon is at 23 degrees of Pisces, which, you know, for myself personally, I have my Venus at 28 degrees of Scorpio, which means it's going to be trining that very shortly. And it's already technically trined. I wonder if I look extra cute today. So silly. Anyway, Mercury, 8 degrees of Leo, 8 degrees of Leo. And actually that Mercury at 8 degrees, well, it's square Uranus. But the thing is, it's pulling away, it's separating. It's separating for sure. Because Uranus is retrograding now. So you're fine, we're fine. Whew. But you know, the whole thing about Mercury in Leo square Uranus and Taurus is that, well, Taurus can get really stubborn. And Mercury in Leo is like, look at me, you know, listen to me. And the Taurus person is like, you know, that's the way it feels. So it's just a weird vibe right now. Venus is at 25 degrees of Leo. That too is on my Mars. And that's actually a kind of cool thing, because the sun and Venus are technically conjunct. So like, you know, I feel like over the last few days, there's been love in the air. It's an undercurrent of love. You know, I feel it. It's just there. Can't you feel it? It's there. It's just floating around out there. Many people, I think, are experiencing it. And I think Mars and Leo adding more fuel to the fire, and technically conjunct the sun and Venus right now. They're all within like 3 degrees of each other. Well, my goodness, that is a combustible love thing. I can see love. I can see love triangles and stuff going on too, though. That's a lot of love. That might be too much loving. Just a little bit too much loving going on. I told one of the girls who got a reading with me yesterday that I told her she already pregnant. She thinks she is too, but her horoscope already said it. That's just a little bit too much loving, you know? Like, oh, Lord have mercy. So let's see. Saturn's at Capricorn. It's retrograding at 14 degrees of Capricorn. And well, you know, it's parallel with Jupiter. Jupiter is at 14 degrees of Sagittarius, and it is also retrograding. No. It went direct. Jupiter's officially direct. I actually can feel that. Can't you feel that in a way that Jupiter is direct? Like a little bit. It's just, I mean, things are still kind of, you know, the way they've been, but I just feel like there's an air of joy, luck, positive, like the possibilities are there again. You feel the possibilities. Now, Uranus retrograding is a unique thing because some people may be a little erratic. Those who might be erratic may not be acting erratic at the moment. For 5 months, they might act all normal, come back and say, oh, I changed my weight. I'm a good man now. I went back to church. Lord didn't save me. But 5 months from now, when it goes back direct, go off the deep end again. Just saying. And that Uranus, I think I mentioned earlier, is at 6 degrees of Taurus. Neptune, 17 degrees of Pisces, and it's retrograde. I don't know how many of you have felt like, I'm not saying I'm sleeping. I am sleeping more. I'm sleeping better. I'm sleeping better, and I feel like I'm sleeping more, but I do feel like I'm sleeping odd. I've had 2 days on and 2 days off, like I'm a doctor. I don't know if anyone else is experiencing this with this Neptune retrograde. It's a really weird thing. Pluto is also retrograde, and that is at 21 degrees of Capricorn. Though it's pretty much in conjunct or quincunx these Leo planets. And I think it's making a lot of people very, 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 very creative right now. Very. Like the things in my mind, if I actually had the manpower to get those things done, oh my gosh. Our minds, I mean, especially Leos and Capricorns, I think are going through like mind explore. And I think Scorpios too. I think Scorpios as well. It's just that that in conjunct that happened. So yeah, interesting. Or no, is that Scorpio? Wait. Pisces. Yeah, Pisces. Pisces are stronger than normal right now, especially with Neptune in their sign. They are the magician, really. They are. And True Node is retrograding in Cancer, 17 degrees. That is sextile that Neptune. Again, the magician. That's just emotions and magic and illusion. Some people might be weaving illusions and lies and stuff out there. So be careful, people. Be careful. Protect yourselves. Okay. So that's my take on where the planets are in the night sky. I always like to tell you guys and remind myself as well. So let's go ahead and pull up Katrina D. Owen. Katrina D. Owen, if you can hear me, hear the sound of my voice, I am about to pull up your horoscope again, girlfriend. And I am going to edit your birth data. And we're going to see how different this birth data is, or, what kind of difference it makes. So the chart we originally have here has you at, oh yeah, I have it right here. And it has 17 degrees of Leo. So it has you with a Leo sun, right? Come on, pen. This is the same pen that didn't work the last show. Okay, the sun's at, yeah, you got the sun in Leo, you got the moon in Sag. Oh, oh, moon in Capricorn. I wonder if this is different. Now, I think let me just check. I may be using the Koch system and not the default system or something or of that nature, but I'm seeing that I had the moon in Sag. Now, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. If this comes back and the moon is in Sag at 5 o'clock, I'm going to freak out because it's saying electronically Capricorn. I swear I said in Sag. And if it's going backwards, I bet you it's going to be in Sag. Watch. Oh, wait, it didn't give it to me. I have to pull up the new chart. I'm going to keep it in default and see if it really makes that much of a difference between default and Koch, right? So let's go ahead and put in some things. Part of Fortune, Vertex, Lilith, Chiron, Ceres, Pallas, Juno, Vesta. And I am doing natal transits and progressions because that's what I love to do. And let's see what happens here. This is giving her a Capricorn moon, and her Capricorn moon is sitting on my sun. Hello, Katrina. We are sisters, and we just never knew it. We're kindred spirits. And your sun, wow, your sun and moon are exactly in conjunct. You're very creative. Now, this is using the default. Now I'm going to see if there's a difference with the Koch. Where did I get that in some reason I had written down Sagittarius. No, it is Capricorn. So I'm glad we came back over this because for some reason I had written down your moon as Sagittarius, which would have been great because then that would have been a natural trine between your sun and your moon and your ascendant. But look, it's still good because you have, oh, it is different. Let me check something else. Hold on one second. Let me go back to default for a second. I might have hit Sidious the first time by mistake. That could be part of it. Okay, that does change it slightly, but I'm going to go back to use the Koch system. And then I'm going to share this because I really want you to see this. I mean, of course, this is a free reading, Katrina, so I'm going to be limited by what it is I'm going to share with you and what it is that I see. But I do hope that you reach out to me to get a professional reading. Okay, and here we go. So this is your chart. It's a very interesting chart. There are several things going on in this chart. First of all, this Uranus is right there, right on this. I think I mentioned it before because I was so eerily on the money when it came to your chart. It freaks me out. I can't even believe I guesstimated that close. That's freaky. Okay. Freaks me out. Totally freaks me out. Yeah. 506. It's almost exactly as I had it. So look, here's the thing. Luckily, I don't think this, or is it? Oh, it is. It's almost there, but not quite as close as I think I had it before. So Uranus is close to your midheaven, and it's getting very close. It's retrograding back toward your Chiron. You may have just come out of some pain in your career. You might have lost a job. You might have lost a promotion. You might have lost good favor in the eyes of your boss or something like that. Uranus is going back over the 10th house career sector to fix that maybe, or it might just shake it up some more because you might not even be in the right job or career. And let me tell you why that's indicated here. Not only is Uranus here going on your Chiron and on Lilith, so don't plot anything. That's not going to help. I see you plotting all kinds of shit. Excuse me, stuff at work. No, don't do that. That is not going to help, okay? And but here's the thing, because you also have Saturn sitting on your moon in the sixth house of work. It's just going to be emotional time. I think, are you young? How old are you? Well, you're 1976. So no, you're not young. So this is going to be a little painful. So if some shakeup comes at your work, especially if you're working for someone else and it's not you. Okay, two scenarios. I just got this. Two scenarios. If you're working for someone else, shake up at work. Okay, shake up at your career. Maybe even some pain, tears. Saturn sitting on the moon. It's retrograding, steady to go. It's like right on it, like now. Yeah, like now. Within 20 minutes of it, which means within like days. Okay. So this is a painful experience. I don't know if you originally came to me because you are experiencing something in the career. If that is something, then we really, 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 really need to talk. But you got Pluto in the sixth house, because so there is this urge, or at least was this urge for power in the area of your career. But I think right now with it retrograding, even that you might be your self-esteem might be a little bit low in that area. But let me tell you something, if you have your own business, this means something completely different. And let me tell you why. Uranus in the 10th house for a business owner, especially when it's on your Chiron, okay? This is your wound. This is something you want to work on and fix, because it's something that's been plaguing you all your life, getting ahead in your career, feeling good enough, or getting the accolades that you felt like you were supposed to get in this lifetime. And I'm thinking, when I'm looking here and seeing that, you've got this Chiron sitting in the ninth house, telling me there's some pain, some tears, maybe a little fear and trepidation about if you got a good enough education. If you got the right education, if you got the right certifications, if you are on top of the market enough to make the brilliant idea or invention or plan or whatever it is, because I think you've got a plan or some invention of some sort. And this is also indicated, see, it's altogether different if you are your own boss. And this is because Saturn would be on your moon, which is a deep internal need. You would be working toward your own deep internal need, and you would be fulfilling your own desire for power in the area of work. If you're not working for your own self and you're working for an outside, like corporate job, working for a boss, or even worse, some teeny job that you're not proud of, Lord have mercy, girl, you might need to take a jump off, the far end and go for broke and do you. And let me tell you something, this Jupiter down in the fifth house is also indicating this. Now that could be love and romance, and it might be. And we can talk about that when you get a reading, but I'm looking at it as an entrepreneurial pursuit. You might have tried something like your own business. It might not have been working out over the last few months. You've been doubting yourself. And now Jupiter's direct again. You can do really well, not only with love and romance, but with business. Also, your progressed sun and ascendant are in the second house. I spied that out the corner of my eye, and I'm thinking this child's supposed to be making money. So if you're having some problems with a boss in a career or hard toil at work, get the heck out of there and start your own business communicating. I'm going to leave it at that because there's so much more I see, but honey, you're born to shine. And you've got a lot going on, including, like, I think, what was it? I just said it, either Venus or Mars or something, or Mercury, one of them sitting right on your Saturn and ascendant right now in series. Yeah, right this minute, I think it's at 8 degrees. So, wow. It is time for you to shine. And it's like, like I said, if you're working for a boss, to me, this is a take that job and shove it moment. Take that job and shove it. Yeah, ba, ba, ba. You know what to do. Like, if you're working for you, then you're on to something because you're building a structure. That Capricorn is in your sixth house is helping you to build a structure. That's your structure for yourself. But if you're working for a boss, or especially a bad boss, take this job and shove it. Bum, 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 bum. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's what I see. Katrina, reach out to me because I have a feeling there's a lot more to the story. But this is what I saw on it. It's the basis of what I saw there for you. Because I think the secret for you is your career and your work with those slow moving planets like Saturn, Pluto, Uranus going through them. And by the way, I believe Neptune was like in your eighth house. We've got a lot we can talk about. I would love to go over your chart in detail with you. Okay. All right, Katrina. Yes, I hope that resonated with you, by the way. And yeah, we do need to talk about that romance too. All right. So let's see. There was someone else I saw earlier that I believe had their request in there. So I'm going to go ahead and get their chart together for them. So let's do that. And that person who was on the list, I saw it earlier. Let's see her name. Kathleen Burry. Kathleen Burry. She says, I would love a reading. And I said, I needed her date of birth and everything. And she did tell me April 19th, 1968. But I don't think what she didn't do is tell me where. Oh, and I was going to see if I could get a clue from her page, because sometimes when you look at a person's page, you can see what city they're in, and then that kind of gives you an idea of where they might be, because she might be so familiar with being where she's at that she didn't even stop to think about putting her, where she was born. So, okay, here's the thing, Kathleen, in order to do it, a really decent reading for you, I definitely am going to need your place of birth. That's actually more important than time, believe it or not. But I can tell you, based on the day that you were born, I'm going to give you, oh, someone said glowing. Oh, thank you, Katrina. Hello there. So nice to have people there. Working for self. Great, Katrina. Girl, you're on to something good. You're building a solid foundation for yourself. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So now I am going to do something special tonight for Kathleen, because Kathleen Barry did not give me her date of, or her place of birth. So I'm not going to be able to pull up an actual chart for her. But what I'm going to do is I'm seeing something here. So she was born. Hold on 1 second, guys. So sorry. I don't know how it got me here. This is not where I wanted to go. So let's see, April. Okay. Well, let's see here. Okay, let's see. Well, it doesn't tell me. So the monkey, the earth monkey, that's what I wanted to find Earth monkey. Okay. You know, it's funny because the reason I looked up what that was, um, an earth monkey, it really does tell me a great deal, really, just knowing that. So what I'm doing now, because and let me save Katrina's chart to the horoscope vault of activity. I almost forgot. Sorry. So let me go ahead and do that. And then Kathleen, I'll go ahead and discuss what I got for you here. Now, optimally, it would be great for you to provide your place of birth. I need that, really, I do. It would make such a huge difference to have your place of birth. And oh, thank you. Let me give you that link, Katrina. I will make sure I get that up there for you. There was that's actually more. Oh, sorry. It's already stuff is already going on Facebook. So my goodness, Katrina, I'm going to put the live the link up for you to get the live reading, or between us. I'll put that up in a minute. So Kathleen, let me tell you what I'm going to do for you, and then Katrina, I'm going to put that link up there for you in a minute as well. So Kathleen, you are a ram, but you're not just any ram, and this is what I wanted to find out, because when I looked at your birth date, just the date, I was getting vibes off of it. It's true. And when I went to your page and I looked, I was wondering what kind of person I would see. And I don't even know you, but I got actually a very young, vibrant person for someone born in 1968. I saw fishing, and it looked like hunting and hiking and all canoeing and all kind of stuff going on. And this is because you are an Aries. You're not just any old Aries. You're born on the 19th, which makes you an Aries 1. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, I know what I'm dealing with right away. Even though I didn't know what your actual birthplace was. So I can't pull up an actual chart for you and say, oh, your moon is here, your Venus is there, until you can give me where your birthplace is. And once I get that, then I can be a little bit more exact. But for now, I know that you are an Aries 1 monkey. And let me tell you, an Aries 1 monkey is a certain type of personality. This is a person, when you were younger, you bounced all over the place, didn't you? You probably even ran track. You might have been someone who was somewhat of a tomboy, maybe. You might have been the type that even liked to climb trees and play with baseballs and bats and with your brothers or something. You might even be a girl that only had brothers and no sisters. I'm not sure. But that Aries 1, that whole Aries 1, that's manly man, that's pioneer. That's like Daniel Boone. Daniel Boone was a man, was a big man. And we know you're not a man. But let me tell you something. I got a little bit of something like that going on in my own chart. So I know what that vibe is like when it comes off a little enterprising, right? A little aggressive, a little fast. You make fast, quick decisions. You're fast. And you've been fast probably your whole life. Now, the only thing that would change that would be the fact that you are an earth monkey. The fact that you're a monkey even. I was like, oh my goodness, a monkey. That means you're not getting old until because monkeys, like, what monkeys do. They like to go around and do things, and they jump on things, and they play, and they do acrobats, and they swing, and they eat bananas, and they throw them around, and they put things on their head, and they go to the lampshades, and and then we got April 1st there. So I'm just seeing someone who is a very active, almost, I would say assertive, possibly even aggressive personality. Being born at 10:45 in the morning, I'm thinking that your sun is probably in the 11th house, maybe. which would give you, wow, Gemini rising. Let's see how right I am. I need your place though before I can know. And that Gemini rising is just telling me more activity, I'm just guessing here, just guessing. But consider yourself lucky. You probably are someone who's watching your counterparts get old and fat and lazy and sick, right? And you're not. You're out playing, I bet you. And if you're not, you should be. And if you stop playing, what made you stop? What monkey do you know that doesn't play? Monkeys play. I'm a Capricorn. What do you think about when you think about little baby goats? Little baby goats jump all over the place and do things all over the place. That's why I have like 500 little business things I want to do. 500. I'm sure it's at least that much. That's a little goat jumping, jump, 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 jump. And you're a ram. You're Aries, and you're number one. You're full of fire. Do not let your fire go out. Oh, please do not let your fire go out. Because on April 19th or Aries 1 person, well, people probably have been trying to put your fire out all your life, right? I mean, you're 1, so you might be a little obnoxious. Is when people talk about themselves. I know I got Mercury in the first house. I talk about myself all the time. So imagine, this might be a little upsetting to somebody, or might have been. You're someone who stands up for yourself. I can't see Aries 1 person letting anyone step on them. Not no Earth Monkey Aries 1. An Earth Monkey Aries 1 will get you in your sleep. That's anyway, Kathleen, I just wanted to give you, that's like my overview or my preview, let's call it that, until you get me your actual birth data, and then I'll do an actual chart for you that makes more sense, and it'll probably resonate with you better, and the whole 9 yards. But just looking at your chart, I had to tell you that. So I'm like, oh my gosh, that's it's pretty obvious based on just this alone that I'm dealing with a certain type of persona. So I thought that was amazing. Now there's something else. I just wanted to make sure that I've got everyone's. I always feel so bad when I forget people, and I am sorry to those who I may or may not do that with. I think I've got. You thinking I said I was going to do something for somebody. But let me check one other spot, and then if I didn't keep a kid, I know I promised you a card reading, which I can do those off camera. But I just want to make sure I didn't promise someone else an actual reading because I won't be getting back to those until Wednesday. I've had people contact me privately. That's probably what it is. And I tell them, look, what you got to do is come to the group and get yourself on this request list. So what I'm going to do is just make sure that I don't got some stray request out there that I didn't see. Because that happens too. And I always feel bad when once I shut it down, I shut it down. Okay, let me just make sure. Okay, let me let Kathleen know that I need, oh no, cancel. I need that birth data. It will definitely be needed. What is going on here? Okay, here we go. Kathleen, I need your place of birth. Thank you. Okay, so we've got that one on there. And just making sure I've got everyone done. So, gosh, my eyes have been looking so weird with this blue. What in the world is going on there? Okay. Got that. Okay. I think Kathleen was the one, which is good. This gives me some freedom. Good. Then all I have to do is worry about, and I'm just saying, if you didn't get in a request today or on this list, I have something else. I don't want to, I always feel bad when I do that. Oh, that's right. I think Scott Bobbitt wanted me to look at his chart. Now, I looked at his, I think, but he might not have seen that reading. He had a lot of good things happen to him over the past week. Okay, you guys, look, I don't see another request for a actual astrology reading, and it is 8:24. My voice is starting to go. I'm about to go ahead and call it a night for tonight. I tell you what, I will. I try to remember if I did Scott last week. I can't remember. I think I did because I said he is indeed the hypnotist, but I might have been just saying that in a comment and not his actual chart. He's up here a bit. So let me just look over Scott's really quick. That way I won't feel like I've left somebody out. And let me get a drink of something here. I remember talking about Scott's chart. I do. I'm going to look at it again, and I'll show it to you guys because I might not have shared it before, but I do remember looking at it. And the thing that I love about Scott's chart is that he's got Jupiter very, very close to his MC. In fact, it was retrograding almost back exactly onto his MC or midheaven. And the midheaven stands for like the pinnacle of your career. Normally, it stands for the pinnacle. And so Scott was just given an award of Member of the Year for his Guild of Hypnotists that he belongs to. A very prestigious award. I think they said there was more, thousands upon thousands of members of this guild. So it's there you go, Jupiter on the MC. It doesn't get any plainer than that. And that is a once in a 12-year transit. It is not a normal thing. It is a rare thing. And Scott was just smart enough. And, he did his job well enough that he reaped the rewards of having Jupiter in the 10th house. Beautiful. And this tells me, because it's right near the MC, he's got a while until, and at least until Jupiter gets into Capricorn, a little deep into Capricorn, before he loses his luck. His luck is there. And speaking of luck, he's got Saturn and Pluto in the 11th house because he's got Capricorn in the 11th house, and he's got his moon in Capricorn. Wow, I never knew that. Well, Scott, you think I'm the most perfect woman in the world. Thank you. Anyway, I can tell this. He does think I'm a rock star, though. He does. But look, he's got his moon at 18 degrees of Capricorn, and Saturn and Pluto are straddling that moon. Pluto is at 21 degrees and Saturn's at 14 degrees. So he may be having some things going on with like his hopes, his dreams, his wishes. He's changing some of those around, and maybe even, Member of the Year, Saturn and Pluto in the 11th house. The work that this man has done has given him power in the groups and clubs and organizations that he belongs to. Bam! There you go. Beautiful. Now, the other thing is he's got his progressed Mars in the 6th house of work. So his work most likely is taken off. Now, another way I know this has taken place for Scott is that he's lost a lot of weight. He's been doing the keto thing, and he looks amazing. Since I first started doing the readings with him, I think he's lost 60, 70, 80 pounds. So, when you see this Mars in the 6th house, look at that. And Uranus is there by birth, indicating change is possible at any time. Change also indicated here by the progressed moon in the 1st house, in Pisces, in the Magician, in the illusions. I'm creating a brand new me. And he can do that with Neptune in its own house and the moon in the 1st house. My goodness, he can create any illusion he wants. This is indeed the hypnotist. I love his chart. I love it. And like I said, take this time with Venus in the second house, amass money, amass as much as you can. And then, and you'll be able to do it through communicating. Look at that. Ascendant almost on his part of fortune in the third house. He's a natural born communicator. And he'll retire well. Look at that. Progress sun right there. It's like going into the sunset of the fourth house. It's like, when I see that, I wanted to see what where your son's going. Well, it's going into happy retirement, so that's great. Lots of good things coming up for you, Scott. I hope you reach out and do a reading with me, a real professional reading, because we got a lot of work we need to do together. And I see that it's going to be very successful because your moon is on my ascendant. Isn't that a beautiful thing? All right. Much love and light, Scott. And I look forward to talking with you soon. And hopefully we'll get our little idea together for the work we're planning to do. Because you are the best hypnotist, in my opinion. So I'm really proud to have you on my team and working with me and all the things we do. All right, you guys. Well, this has been Adrienne. I'm exhausted. I don't know if you can see. I woke up like at, I don't know, 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning, something like that. I never sleep past 6 in the morning anymore. I guess I'm officially part of that 5 o'clock club. And I'm so upset with what this thing has done to my eyes. I mean, it put that blue stuff, like, look, only when I'm over here in the corner, almost, wait, it's just too much blue. I'm getting used to the whole new system that I've got. And by the way, you guys, what this is I've got a green screen system because I got tired of you guys seeing my dirty, messed up house in the background. I know Mom, I ain't got time for that. So when I'm doing business, I'm doing business. And this is now my little area of business. And so this is where I'll do this. Now I have to get, I'll do other videos once I get my little new phone and all that kind of stuff going. So anyway, you guys, it's been my pleasure. Much love, much light, many blessings. Sending out hugs and kisses to everybody. It's going to be a wonderful week. I have great vibes about everything. I just think everyone's going to do pretty good. And we're especially the fire signs this week, but coming up soon, things are going to be moving into Virgo. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on in Virgo, y'all. A lot. And earth signs are going to really start reaping the rewards of that, and water signs. So get ready for that. I'm excited. Anyway, you guys, I better get going. Much love, much light to all. Many blessings. And I'm going to go out on a high note. Well, at least I thought I was. But it's never ready when I think it's supposed to be. And therefore, I have to go and talk and say things and fill in the time with conversations that people may or may not find interesting until I actually get what it is that I was looking for. And now I found it, and there it is. It's my little music. And it's my symbol that I'm about to go home. I love it. Much love, much light, many blessings. Bye, everybody. I always like dancing. Love this song. Ooh, I better save Scott's horoscope too. Let's get that there.